Hello YouTube, my name is Isabel and welcome back to my channel Stubbornly Bookish. Today I'm going to be discussing my TBR, my top 10 TBR for 2019. Now I don't know where I am with my upload schedule, which video is going up first, so I'm just gonna let you know there's a slight deviation in my normal setup. It's because I had to move some furniture around and I'm not able to put it back as of yet, and it's slowly driving me insane. Hopefully at some point I'll be able to get it fixed back because I have books off my shelves everywhere because I had to move it. It's kind of a nightmare. So in the previous year, I did a video exactly like this with a twist. I gave myself a challenge to read these 10 books, and I said if I didn't read these 10 books, I would have to get rid of them. And I actually managed to read all 10, and that's most likely because I challenged myself. However, this year I'm not going to do that. These are 10 books that I really do want to get to, but I'm not going to put that same stress on myself this year. It got stressful near the end of the year. I had 2 books I had to finish in December, and that kind of threw off the rest of my TBR plans. So yeah, this year I'm definitely going to try and get to all of them, but I'm just not going to put that extra bit of pressure on myself because it honestly didn't seem worth it. So these aren't actually in any particular order. I just have a stack here and I'm going to tell you a little bit about each of them, hopefully, if I actually know the synopsis. The first book in this list I would like to read is Girls Made of Snow and Glass. This is by Melissa Bashardust. Sorry, that last name's kind of difficult. And it's kind of a unique YA book. This is a YA Snow White retelling, but there are, I believe, 2 perspectives in here. One is from like an 18-year-old princess, who I believe is the Snow White character, and then the other character is actually, I think, in their 40s, and I'm interested to see how that would work in a YA, and I believe there's some good twists on the original classic Snow White story. I'm not particularly attached to that story or the Disney movie, but I've been very intrigued by this one. The next book on this list is a book I've been intending to read for quite a long while, and it's Uprooted by Naomi Novik. This is one of BookTube's darlings. It's one of the most beloved books, I think, here on BookTube, at least in like the adult fantasy genre. This, I believe, follows a young girl who ends up kind of getting abducted by this man called the Dragon. I believe in this village, this man takes a girl every 10 years or so in kind of payment for keeping their village safe. I think I could go either way on this one. I think I'll either really love it or just not be into it at all. The next book on this list is actually Because You Love to Hate Me, edited by Amory. This is a villain anthology that has, I think, 13 young adult authors taking on a different villain. This actually was combined and in collaboration with a bunch of booktubers that I really respect and like. I've heard really great reviews on the actual stories themselves, so I'm quite looking forward to this one, and I'm honestly shocked I didn't get to it before. I think I'm discovering that all of these books I've been meaning to read for quite a while, and this next book is no different. It's Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. Pride and Prejudice is one of my favorite books of all time, and I read Persuasion, I think, in 2017, and also really liked that one. I actually don't know what this is about at all, but I do want to start knocking off Jane Austen. The next book on this list, I think, was quite popular on BookTube a while ago, but I never got to it, and it's The Winter's Curse by Marie Utkowski. I have been intending to read this for so long that I don't remember the plot at all, other than I think it's a princess kind of coming into her own and fighting injustice in her kingdom. I know it's a very political driven fantasy, and that our main character is quite capable, but not in the sense of like her physicality. She can't like kick someone's ass, but she's really good in politics. The next book on here is the only aspirational book really on here, and it's the other classic I have on this list. It's 1984 by George Orwell. This book I've been wanting to read since before BookTube. It's very classic dystopian, and I still like dystopian, classic or not. I do genuinely want to read it, and I think this is the year for it. Especially if I put it on a list like this, I think I will be more motivated to read it. I don't know why it's taken me so long to pick this up. It's quite ridiculous. I really hope I get to it this year. The next book on this list I have been excited to read ever since I received it quite a while ago, and it's Before She Ignites by Jodi Meadows. This has a couple buzzwords that really intrigued me. This is a high fantasy following a princess who I believe has been imprisoned. Our princess is a person of color and also struggles with severe anxiety, which I think is going to be very interesting in a fantastical setting. But also there's a shitload of dragons in here, and quick way to sell me on a book is that there's going to be dragons in it. So I'm excited for this, and I believe the trilogy is completed by the end of this year. This next one I'm incredibly excited for, and it is Jane Steele by Lindsay Fay. This is also a retelling, but it's pretty unique in the sense that it is a Jane Eyre retelling, and in this world, Jane Eyre also exists. But I believe in this story, our Jane is either a murderer or an assassin. I've heard nothing but amazing things about this story. This one I think could be a new favorite. I'm incredibly excited for it, and to be honest, I don't even like Jane Eyre that much. I mean, I like it, but I don't love it like others do. So I'm incredibly excited to see how this book works. The next book I actually just received for Christmas, and I'm so excited to finally have it in my possession, and it is Forest of a Thousand Lanterns by Julie C. Dow. I talked about this book in my most anticipated / exciting fantasy books on my TBR. This is an East Asian retelling based on Snow White, but with a twist. It actually follows the evil queen. Our main character is a straight up villain, and I have been so excited to read this for so long. I love villainous stories. Also, I just realized 3 of the books on this list are retellings, and 2 of them are Snow White retellings, which is interesting because I don't like Snow White. I know I said that this list wasn't like books in descending or ascending order of how much I want to read them, but this book is most definitely the book that I want to read the most. I'm really upset and disappointed that I was unable to get to it in 2018. I tried so hard. I kept talking about it. I tried so hard to get to this book, but I just physically couldn't. The book's Vicious by V.E. Schwab. I'm sure you know what this book is about. Everyone has read this book except for me. It also is a story about 2 anti-hero villainy type men who are feuding with one another, and I cannot wait to get to it. Trust me, I'm getting to this book if it kills me. I'm so upset I didn't get to read it in December. These are all the books that I'm most excited to read in 2019 that are a part of sort of my backlist and my physical TBR. All of these books, with the exception of possibly 1984, I really, really want to get to. I'd like to know if you do a sort of yearly TBR like this. Do they work for you? Do they not? If you've done a video or anything like that, please link it down below and I will be sure to watch it. I love watching these videos, and I don't even really know why. As always, I thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you again soon. Bye!